The Hyde Park Central School District is on tap today with Superintendent of Schools, Aviva Kafka. She is here to discuss the district, different programs that are offered, different ways that the Hyde Park Central School District works with the community and within the community. We have quite a bit to discover today with the Hyde Park schools. So if the school district is of interest to you, take a watch. Hello, Ms. Kafka.
Yeah.
So I have lots of questions, but I really want to start out with just Hyde Park in general, as far as I have noticed that people that go to Hyde Park tend to stay in Hyde Park. They tend to stay there. They tend to raise their families there. They swear by Hyde Park. I mean, what is your what's your take on that?
Yeah. That's been my experience as well, in the community, and also in the school district. This has been my educational and professional home for 20 years. It is a wonderful teaching and learning community.
Great. So now let's get into let's acknowledge the ratings. So the Hyde Park Central School District, the ratings are not at the top, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I have found in real estate and in life that people look for all different things in a school district,
Mhm.
and what one person may define as top may
Mhm.
have nothing to do with ratings. It could be
Mhm.
something altogether different. And there are instances where I know that our nephews, they went to school in a school district that actually wasn't rated top, but because they really pushed themselves, they ended up top of class in a school district that maybe in another school district that was rating top, they wouldn't have. And they ended up getting into UPenn and to NYU,
Mhm.
which, potentially may not have been the case in a school that was a top district that had a lot more competition for those top spots in class. So I don't really want to focus too much on the ratings with the school. I want to really focus more on what the school is about. If you want to kind of delve into, you know, what sets Hyde Park Central School District
Yeah.
apart?
No, I'd be happy to. First of all, I did want to say that our high school, FDR High School, was ranked in U.S. News and World Report's best high schools, ranked 5,541 in the national ranking. So that is new. We really have been, our improvement efforts are starting to bear fruit. So some of those ratings may not be updated. So to let you
Oh,
know that
well,
we are
then I
nationally
correct
ranked.
myself. That's awesome.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, which is great. And I can tell you some of the things we have that are special. Um, we have 3,400 students, for elementary schools and middle school and a high school. And one thing that's special about Hyde Park is it is the home of the presidents. This is where the Eleanor and Franklin homes are. We have three historic WPA buildings. FDR built had those buildings built, and Eleanor read to students in one of our buildings. So there's a lot of great history there. The main building, that used to be the high school, Haviland Middle School, has a beautiful foyer that has a lot of historical artifacts in it that were curated by the museum. Um, we are a 4Cs district, a 21st century learning district, and the 4Cs stand for critical thinking, communication, creativity, and collaboration. The idea is that these are 21st century skills that employers are really looking for, and we are gearing our education to not just content based, but skill based. So, the idea is that, if you can answer a question on a test by opening up your phone for 10 seconds, you're not really learning anymore. That isn't the
I
way
agree with
that
that.
we
That's
should be
that's
learning.
terrific.
You have to ask, deeper questions where kids have to, utilize these skills, to be able to do the schoolwork. So we've been at that for several years. I'm really excited about that initiative. We also have something called AVID. It's called Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a college readiness system, and there are elective classes at the middle school and high school. This is really for students who would be first generation going to college, who are really in the academic middle with potential to be successful in college. And it is also for students who are underrepresented in four-year college. So AVID is not just about the elective class, it really is about increasing the level of rigor and engagement for students across the system. Um, yes.
Let's go back to something for a second. I want to cover a couple of things, and I definitely want you to. You're on a good roll, and I want you to stay there. But when you're talking about all of the history that surrounds you there in Hyde
Mhm.
Park, um, are there any different programs that you do, or
Mhm.
anything with the
Yeah.
students as far as interactions with the history that's surrounding you?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have years that the connection with the FDR Library and Museum and Valkill are stronger, second grade, fourth grade, at the middle school level. So we engage with that history directly, and it's right inside the district. And of course, kids graduate from our high school knowing a lot more about the Roosevelts than I would say probably any other students in the country.
Now, as far as buddy programs, or people that are coming into the school district and they may not know other kids. I mean, are there any types of programs you have available for them?
Well, I was talking about Avid, and one of the pieces about Avid at the secondary level in the elective class is that twice a week there are college tutors who come in and work with the students. So we have a very strong relationship with Marist College, both for that. Both for Avid tutors, but also in general for student teachers and practicum, as well as SUNY New Paltz and other area colleges and Dutchess County Community College. So we
Now,
do.
can students
Mhm.
get any college credits while in high school with any of the surrounding colleges?
Yeah, yeah. So we do have 18 advanced placement courses at the high school and 5 bridge courses with Dutchess County Community College and 4 bridge courses at Marist. So all in all, 9 bridge courses and 18 AP courses, which is a lot really for a high school our size.
That really is. Now, what about other programs that you have, or like for sports or
Yeah.
extracurricular?
hmm we do. I wanted to mention also that we are the largest contributor to the Career and Technical Institute at BOCES. We have 109 students attending there. And so this is where kids graduate with a high school diploma, but also, possibly with a certificate in, small engine repair. The Culinary Institute has a program there. So that's a place where students can graduate with skills ready to enter the workforce. So we send a large number of students there. Um,
I'm going to stop you for a second on that one.
mhm,
You just mentioned the Culinary Institute, so I want to go there for a second, because
mhm.
Hyde Park is home to historic sites and homes and libraries, as
Mhm.
well as you've got the Culinary Institute of America right there. So,
Yes.
when you're mentioning the culinary, what types of interactions do you have with the
Mhm.
culinary with the students?
Yeah. The culinary has served us really well in terms of field trips, where students go to learn about the college because it's also, a 4-year bachelor's degree college, as well as a place where you become a chef. And I had mentioned Avid, that's one of the trips that they make to check the college out. And, in addition, of course, they have the culinary program where many of our students attend when they're at CTI. We do have a fair number of students who end up attending the culinary.
Now, can you give me an idea of class sizes in the
Mhm.
elementary, in the middle school, and in the
Yeah.
high school, as far as
Mhm.
class sizes, student teacher ratios?
Yeah. I don't have the data in front of me, but I
Okay.
can certainly get that for you. The class sizes are generally a bit higher at the elementary school.
Okay.
We did close an elementary school a number of years back, and we do, look to maximize efficiencies for taxpayers when
Okay.
we can. So, just through attrition, like if a teacher is to retire and we have enough space for all the students, we might not replace that position. So we've
Okay.
done
Well,
that
just
over
to give an
time.
overall feel of
Yeah,
school in general, what is the totality of student population
yeah,
across the board?
yeah. 3,400 students.
Okay.
And the class sizes really run, even at the elementary, you could run anywhere from 18 to 29, so
Okay.
it's really variant. Class sizes are much smaller at the middle school and high school, so more like 22, 23.
And what do you have for special needs for the children?
We actually have a full array of programming. We have integrated co-teaching model across the district. At the elementary level, that could look like all day, a special education teacher and a general education teacher supporting students together in the general education classroom. It could look like at the secondary, that would look like just for particular classes. So you might only need to have co-teaching for English and math, let's say, and then science and social studies, you wouldn't need that support because you're getting it in a resource room or another setting. We have reading class, and then we have special classes. So we have at the elementary a 12-1-1, which means 12 students, a teaching assistant, and a teacher. We also have 812 classes. We have one for communication. So that's 8 students, 1 teacher, 2 teaching assistants, for kids either with social emotional learning needs, or another one for students with communication needs. And then that 812 communication class becomes an 811 class at the middle school and high school, where students are alternately assessed. And we have a very rigorous school to work program where students in the high school spend half a day working in the community as part of their high school education. And of course, students with disabilities, if they need to, can stay within our school system until they're 21 years old, until they age out.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else that you would like to just kind of mention as an introductory to the Hyde Park District? Anything else that we should kind of get out there?
Well, I wanted to mention that we have a Project Lead the Way program. We have engineering, computer science strands at the high school and gateway programs at the middle school. And students can earn up to 18 credits if they attend RIT for that. We have extremely dedicated teachers, administrators, and staff. We were voted one of the best communities for music education 5 years running. And that is a
Okay,
really
stop right there for a second.
process.
What do you attribute that to?
Well, we've always had outstanding music and art programs in the district, and we have Melinda DeMaio is our director of fine and performing arts, and she has spearheaded that process of really highlighting the excellent work that's been going on. It is very routine for us to get, a huge amount of art scholarships for students and music scholarships for students as they graduate. We also have a very diverse student body, which is a huge one of our biggest assets. We have an Oval Office facility, our new track at the high school, and we've been hosting athletic events, certainly pre-COVID, and we're getting back to that. Our graduation rate was 91% in 2020, which I know is an unusual year without the test, but it was 84% in 2019. So we're looking to continue that growth. That's definitely gone up steadily in my time here in the district. We have a backpack program in several of our elementary schools for students who have food insecurity. And we have a food pantry, a certified food pantry at Violet Avenue Elementary School, really supporting the community. And we have trauma-informed practices. So we've been working on the idea that how trauma affects the individual, chronic stress can affect the organization.
Was
And
this brought on from COVID?
no, we've been doing this for several years. I'm one of the trainers. It really has to do with how the adults are treated, even within an organization, affects how children and families interact with the institution, and just really looking at how do we set up an environment that is a healing environment.
I'll tell you, you know what? It sounds like Hyde Park's got quite a bit going for it and is
Yeah,
well worthy of looking into in further
yeah.
detail. If someone wants to find out more about the school or register for the
Mhm.
school, where do you suggest that people go?
Well, we do have central registration. So you can look that up if you just go on the website to HPCSD, Hyde Park Central School District.org. You can find information about that. If let's say you're working with a real estate agent, you know which school building you would be attending, you can call the principal right up, ask for a tour, ask any questions about the building. And if you have any questions in general about the district, I'm always here, and you can always reach me, and I'm more than happy to talk about Hyde Park. I'm very proud.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Kafka, for your time, Superintendent of Schools for Hyde Park Central School District. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.